Alright guys, welcome back for another video on Kuroko's Basketball. Today I'm going to do quite a few things in this video. I'm going to do a bit of summoning and also I will tell you guys a trick on how to get free awakening for brand new characters. Now before that there is going to be a gift code as well. I think it only lasts for this weekend, so do redeem it as quickly as possible. It's going to be KBSR 260404. Okay, let's see what we're going to get. Okay, now let's do something to show you guys how shafted I am going to be. Well, hopefully not too shafted. But basically, I have been summoning on this Generation Miracle banner. As we all know, it is at 120. I'm currently already at 114, and I have exactly 6 tickets left. So I'm definitely going to be guaranteed to get a character from here. But hopefully, we don't want to hit pity. And then the next thing I'm going to show you guys is going to be Zhong Amine. Once again, I am at 117 out of 120, so I'm 3 away from pity, and I have just about enough diamonds to buy exactly 3 tickets. Once again, hopefully we don't have to be going all the way to hard pity. But yeah, right now you can see I'm pretty much shafted on both fronts, so hopefully with some luck we can get at least 1 or 2 early just to save a few tiny bit of gems. But yeah, let's see whether or not I'm going to get completely shafted on both banners, okay? So let's start off with Generation Miracle ones. I'm going for dupe on Makise, by the way, because even if I get another character, I won't have resources to try him up, so I might as well go for dupes. And right now, there's nothing good. These give me some like talent boxes, right? Talent card boxes. That's the least you can do now. Come on. Nope, they're all pretty crappy rewards. Right, what's this? Oh, it's a character, which I already have. I mean, at least that can go into Awakening. As in like how can I exchange it for some awakening shard, etc. But yeah, so Generation Miracle completely shafted 119 out of 120. So yeah, last summon, give me the key say that I wish for. Might as well watch that animation now. Okay, so now I should be getting 2 awakening for this. Okay, so people don't remember 1 copy for the premium character. So for example, Generation Miracle is actually was 2 awakening. Okay. See, you'll be converted to awakening from 1 2. Okay, so Generation Miracle, complete shaft. Hopefully I'm not going to be completely shafted for Aomine. Sweet tickets, exactly. Let's see, let's do it 1 by 1. Maybe you can save me 100 gems or so. Nope, first one was a shaft. Come on, last chance. Are you really going to shaft me on both banners? The answer is yes, you will be shafting me on both banners. I guess I'll have him now. I am gonna do 1 more summon. I mean, I don't have the resources, I don't have a diamond for the gems to do it, but 1 more summon and I can get 5 extra talent cards. I will definitely be doing that. But yeah, complete shaft on both banners as you can see. And let me show you guys a trick to maximize your resources and essentially get a free awakening on your character, okay? So the main trick here is to notice that for whenever there's a new premium character, actually it's not even premium, it also works for some of the other characters, but basically when there's a new character, there's normally an event where you can get a free awakening once you actually get that character to 80% talent, okay? So I have just shown you for Zhong Aomine, but it's also going to be the case for, it was the case for Osobo, that's how I have my Osobo at 1, Awakening 1, and it's also going to be the case for Lil Wei, okay? So it seems like whenever there's one of those new characters, there's normally an event which you can get free awakening. Now you might be thinking, oh, but it's really difficult to actually train up a character to 80%, right? Well, this is the second part of the trick, which is that every single month you can actually reset your character. Okay, so every single month you can actually buy this card, and basically it's just for 999 gold coins, so it's very cheap to buy. And once you have actually bought that card, you can then reset one of your previous character, and that's also going to include the premium character. So for example, right now you can see here I was trying to do this trick for Zhong Kaokumi as well, but I could only get him to 60%, so I couldn't reach the 80% threshold. However, this time around, what I can do is I can actually reset my Zhong Kaokumi. So you can see here right now his 60% leveled up. If I actually use this and reset him, I can get 74 of those cards and also 960 red notebook. And the 74 cards are gonna actually include the newest character as well. So for example here, you can see it does include Zhong and Minion. So that's what I'll be doing now with you guys, okay? And let's see whether I can actually get my Zhong and Minion to 80% leveled up so that I can collect that free dupe here. So let me do this and just reset my Kagami. I'm okay with resetting my Kagami. The reason is quite simple. He kind of needs his some of those traits which are currently locked behind paywall, so make some noise and actual natural talent in order for him to get to his zone quicker. So right now, even if I play him, he's not going to be most optimal. So rather than doing that, I decided to reinvest all of my resources to Almina instead. Okay, so let's try to get him to 80%. So I have looked through all of the skills before. I also created a guide on which ones you want to prioritize. But for me, I have already checked. I definitely want the last one to be. Oh, I forgot to actually use the card. Sorry, give me a sec. Let me just go to my backpack and actually change all of this to Almina's. You know what? Let's only do 50 for the time being. In case I don't actually need that many. I think I do, but let's see anyway. So, the last one I know I want to completely unlock, so I'm just going to do this now. Then the first one I know I want to unlock, at least all the way to the end. However, I may not actually unlock all of those ones in the middle. So that's kind of why I'm not going to do this automatically to the end. This one I definitely do want, so this one I'm going to upgrade because this old energy very important for him. This trigger rate for steel to me is quite pointless. Charge risk, anticipate break before collision, I think this is quite useful as well, so I don't get bump stop and ankle break. Okay, so I will do of this. This one I will do it. Let me park this for now, I'll come back to it later. This I definitely want. This I want. This I want. This I want. What's this one? Catch and dunk. I probably do want that as well. This one I don't really care. Unlike what's probably not there. So, but I do want this. So I need another 2. Yeah. You can see here I'm already 42% trained up, which is crazy. And also in the events, you also get extra stuff when you get to 20%, 40% as well. So let me do this. That also allowed me to buy 2 more cards here, which is nice.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it turns out I did actually have to max out pretty much everything just to get him to 80%, which is a shame. I wanted to save some talent card, but unfortunately I can't do that. So right now I'm at 79%, so I'm just going to show you. I didn't really want to unlock this, but in order for me to get to 80%, I do have to. So let me just do this now. This will bring me to 80%, and now we can get that free dupe on him. Okay, so that's basically all I want to show you guys. Now you might be thinking, you know, to get him to 80, it must feels like a bit of a waste because, well, first of all, for Aomine, the awakening is actually really nice, so I do recommend everyone to get this. But then the second thing is that some people might be thinking it is a bit of a waste because if you actually look at some of the skills, you probably can get away without actually unlocking a lot of them. So one example I gave was this trigger rate for the steel. You don't really need that. Something else I also unfortunately had to unlock was this one, which once again, ideally I probably don't want to because this one is actually really hard to pull off in a match because it kind of really depends on your synergy with your teammate, whether or not you can time the sprint correctly. So ideally I wouldn't really want to unlock this, but to get to 80% I do have to. So it may seem like a bit of a waste on first look, but remember, you can always then just reset it next month for the next premium character. So all you need to do is actually recycle this 80% across every single character. And if whenever there's a month where there isn't actually a new character that you want to go, what you can then do is you can actually reset this 80% to get all of the resources back and then spread out that resources across multiple characters, right? So for example, if obviously I don't have anything, but if I do actually reset it now, I don't actually need to go and level up or 90 cards for Alumina again. I can get away probably only using, let's say, 70 or 60%, 60 of them, and then the other remaining 20 or 30 can then go into my Zone Kagami, right, to start building up my second character, which I previously reset it. So that's kind of why, even though it may seem like a waste, unlocking some of the unnecessary skill, I still personally think it's worthwhile just to get that free awakening. Okay, so that's going to be my view on how to maximize some of the resource economy in this game when there's a new character for you to essentially cheese a free awakening. Let me know what you guys think of this mechanics, and if this is something you are also considering doing.